Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Easy Chat English podcast. I'm Amelia, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Ethan. How are you today?
Hi, Amelia. I'm doing great, thank you. Hello to all our listeners. We're really excited about today's episode, aren't we?
Absolutely. Today, we're diving into a topic that I'm sure many of you can relate to, staying at home. Whether you're working from home, enjoying some time off, or simply relaxing, staying at home can bring both comfort and challenges. We'll be sharing our personal experiences, some useful tips, and, of course, new vocabulary along the way to help you improve your English. Ready, Ethan?
Ready. Let's get started. Let's kick things off by talking about the comforts of staying at home. Now, I have to admit, I love spending time at home. It's where I can relax, feel cozy, and just unwind. Do you feel the same, Amelia?
Oh, totally. There's something special about being in your own space. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. No rules, no pressure, just peace and quiet. Sometimes I like to stay in my bubble at home, you know? It's like my little sanctuary.
Exactly. I remember last winter when it was freezing outside. I stayed at home for a whole weekend, wrapped in a blanket, drinking tea and reading a book. It was so cozy and relaxing. I didn't have to worry about anything, just pure self-care.
That sounds perfect, and I bet a lot of our listeners enjoy those little things too, like binge watching a favorite TV show, listening to music, or even doing some self-care routines like face masks. Staying at home can feel like a mini vacation sometimes.
Yes, it's all about taking the time to unwind and recharge. So listeners, what do you love to do when you're at home? Do you have any favorite activities that help you relax? Feel free to let us know.
So, we've talked about how staying at home can be a chance to relax and really enjoy your own space. But aside from those cozy moments, there are plenty of fun and creative ways to spend your time at home. It's not all about just resting, right?
Exactly. Staying at home can actually be a lot of fun if you make the most of it. There are so many activities to try. For example, I've recently been experimenting in the kitchen, trying out new recipes. I never thought I'd enjoy cooking so much, but now it's something I look forward to.
That's awesome. I've been doing something similar, but with baking. I've been experimenting with different cookie recipes, and let me tell you, I've probably baked way too many cookies at this point. But it's such a great way to spend time and enjoy something delicious at the end.
That sounds amazing. And there are so many other things you can do while you're at home, too. Whether it's binge watching your favorite TV shows or doing a home workout, the possibilities are endless. Recently, I've gotten into painting. It's a wonderful way to unwind and get a little creative.
I love that. It's true. There's so much you can do, and it doesn't have to be anything complicated. Sometimes, even simple things like playing video games, reading a book, or catching up with friends online can make your time at home more enjoyable. It's really about finding what makes you happy.
Exactly. So listeners, what do you enjoy doing when you're at home? Have you picked up any new hobbies or activities recently? We'd love to hear about them.
Now, while staying at home can be relaxing and fun, it's not always easy. Sometimes, if you stay at home for too long, you can start to feel a little restless or even bored. Have you ever experienced that, Ethan?
Oh, definitely. I remember during the lockdown, there were days when I felt so stir-crazy. It was like I wanted to get out, but I couldn't. It's what some people call cabin fever. You feel stuck, even though you're in the comfort of your own home.
Yes, that's a great phrase. Cabin fever. I felt that too. Especially when you don't have much to do, it's easy to fall into a rut and feel unproductive. And let's be honest, staying at home for a long time can get a little lonely too.
Right. We're social creatures after all. I found myself really missing my friends and the simple things like going out for coffee or even just talking face to face. Sure, video calls helped, but it's not the same.
True. And speaking of challenges, another issue is balancing work and home life. For people working from home, it's hard to switch off sometimes. You end up working longer hours because your office is just a few steps away. I think we've all struggled with that at some point. Personally, I've had days where I plan to finish work by 5 p.m., but then I find myself still answering emails at 8 p.m. It's like there's no clear boundary between work and home.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. When you work from home, the lines between work and personal time can get really blurred. I've had days where I'm multitasking, folding laundry in between meetings or cooking lunch while responding to messages. It feels productive at first, but by the end of the day, I'm exhausted because I've never truly switched off.
So, listeners, how do you balance work and home life when you're staying at home? Do you have any strategies that help you switch off after a long workday? We'd love to hear your tips. Speaking of working from home, let's talk about productivity. When you're at home, it's easy to get distracted. The TV is right there, the couch is super comfortable, and there's always something in the fridge calling your name. So, how do we stay focused?
That's a good question. I think one of the keys to staying productive is having a good routine. I like to set goals for the day, small, manageable tasks that keep me on track. For example, I'll decide to work on something for an hour, then take a short break to stretch or grab a snack. It's all about finding balance.
That's smart. I also find that creating a dedicated workspace helps me focus. I set up a little office corner in my living room, and when I'm there, it's work time. It helps me avoid distractions because it feels like a real office.
Yes, creating that separation is important. And don't forget to take breaks. Sometimes when you're at home, you feel like you have to keep working nonstop, but taking short breaks can actually help you stay focused longer.
Absolutely. And for our listeners who are working or studying from home, how do you stay productive? Do you have any tips or tricks that help you manage your time? Let us know.
Well, we've covered a lot today, from the comforts of staying at home to the challenges of feeling restless or unproductive. We also talked about how to stay productive, have fun, and keep a good balance between rest and routine.
Yes, we hope this episode has given you some new ideas and vocabulary to talk about staying at home. Remember, everyone's experience is different, so it's all about finding what works best for you.
Exactly. So before we go, we'd love to hear from you. What are your favorite things to do when staying at home? How do you stay productive and balanced? Let us know in the comments or on social media.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Stay safe, take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.